Hello everyone, so this is Leo Marchicopio, and I am excited to share with you our group answers for Educ 108 on inclusive education, together with Mr. Kyle Octaviano, Romela Lacadon, and Cristel Corpus, specifically about learners with extra needs. On this video, we will explain our thoughts and research on this topic based on the questions given. We work together to create a detailed presentation that we can't wait to share with you the results of our group works. So stay tuned and learn with us.
Enumerate and define the different learners with additional needs. Number 1. Learners who are gifted and talented. These learners exhibit exceptional abilities and talents in various areas and benefit from enrichment activities, specialized programs, and opportunities that challenge and nurture their unique skills. Number 2. Learners with difficulty seeing. Individuals with visual impairments require accommodations such as large print materials, braille resources, screen readers, assistive technology, and visual aids to access and engage with educational content effectively. Number 3. Learners with difficulty hearing. Learners facing hearing challenges may need support like sign language, interpreters, captioned videos, hearing aids, FM systems, and visual cues to enhance their communication and learning experiences. Number 4. Learning with difficulty communicating. Those with communication difficulties benefit from augmentative and alternative communication devices, visual aids, speech therapy, and accommodations that facilitate effective communication and interaction in educational settings. Number 5. Learners with difficulty moving or walking. Students with mobility impairments require wheelchair accessibility, assistive devices, physical therapy, mobility aids, and accommodations that promote their mobility and participation in learning activities. Number 6. Learners with difficulty remembering and focusing. Individuals struggling with memory retention and focus may benefit from strategies like visual cues, structured routines, mindfulness techniques, memory aids, attention support, and accommodations that enhance their concentration and learning outcomes. Number 7. Learners with difficulty with self-care. Students needing assistance with self-care activities such as eating, dressing, hygiene, and toileting may require caregiver support, adaptive equipment, specialized training, and accommodations that promote their independence and well-being. Compare and contrast the learners with additional needs based on the identification and learning characteristics. Number 1. Learners who are gifted and talented. Identification. Gifted and talented learners are typically identified through assessments, observations, and evaluations of their exceptional abilities in academics, creativity, leadership, or the arts. Learning characteristics. These learners often demonstrate advanced cognitive abilities, creativity, and a strong passion for specific areas of interest. They may require enrichment activities, specialized programs, and opportunities to challenge and nurture their talents. Number 2. Learners with difficulty seeing. Identification. Learners with visual impairments are identified through screenings, assessments by vision specialists, and observation of their challenge with visual tasks. Learning characteristics. These learners may require accommodations such as large print materials, braille resources, screen readers, and assistive technology to access and engage with educational content effectively. Number 3. Learners with difficulty hearing. Identification. Learners with hearing impairments are identified through hearing screenings, evaluations by audiologists, and observations of their struggles with auditory tasks. Learning characteristics. These learners benefit from accommodation like sign language, interpreters, captioned videos, hearing aids, and FM systems to enhance their communication and learning experiences. Number 4. Learners with difficulty communicating. Identification. Learners with communicating difficulties are identified through assessments, speech language, evaluations, and observations of their challenges in expressing themselves. Learning characteristics. These learners may require augmentative and alternative communication. Visual aids, speech therapy, and accommodations that facilitate effective communication and interaction in educational settings. Number 5. Learners with difficulty moving or walking. Identification. Learners with mobility impairments are identified through assessments, physical examinations, and observation of their challenges, movement, and coordination. Learning characteristics. These learners require accommodations such as wheelchair accessibility, assistive devices, physical therapy, and mobility to promote their mobility and participation in learning activities. Number 6. Learners with difficulty remembering and focusing. Identification. Learners with memory and focus challenges are identified through assessments, cognitive evaluations, and observations of their struggles with attention and retention. Learning characteristics. These learners benefit from strategies like visual cues, structured routines, mindfulness techniques, memory aid, attention support, and accommodations that enhance their concentration and learning outcomes. Number 7. Learning with difficulty with self-care. Identification. Learners needing assistance with self-care activities are identified through assessments, observations of their challenges with daily living tasks, and evaluations by healthcare professionals. Learning characteristics. These learners may require caregiver support, adaptive equipment, specialized training, and accommodations that promote their independence and well-being. What challenges do learners with speech and language difficulties encounter in the areas of communication and socialization? Number 1. Expressive communication. Difficulty articulating words clearly and organizing thoughts. Limited vocabulary and struggles in forming complete sentences. Number 2. Receptive communication. Trouble understanding spoken language and processing verbal information. Difficulty following complex instructions in classroom discussions. Number 3. Social interaction. Challenges in initiating and maintaining conversations. Difficulty understanding social cues and engaging in group activities. Number 4. Peer relationships. Struggles in forming friendships and feeling isolated. Potential bullying or social stigma related to communication difficulties. Number 5. Academic impact. Limited participation in class discussions and presentations. Challenges in expressing ideas during assessments and exams. Number 6. Emotional well-being. Frustration, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Emotional impact of communication barriers on mental health and social confidence.
Number 4. What accommodations can be given to learners with communication difficulties? Number 1. Use devices that help with communication. Number 2. Use pictures and cards to support understanding. Number 3. Give extra time for talking. Number 4. Use tools like apps to assist communication. Number 5. Keep instructions simple and clear. Number 6. Pair with a buddy for communication support. Number 7. Attend speech therapy sessions. Number 8. Have smaller group activities or one-on-one help. Number 9. Let them choose how they want to communicate. Number 10. Listen well and be patient. Number 11. Use visual and written guides. And number 12. Give praise and support to boost confidence. Number 5. What are the similarities and differences between learners with developmental coordination disorder and stereotypic movement disorder? Similarities. Number 1, motor skill issues. Both DCD and stereotypic movement disorder involve difficulties with movements and coordination. Number 2, impact on daily life. They can affect daily tasks and activities that require good motor skills. Number 3, social challenges. People with this disorder may find it hard to interact with others due to their movement difficulties. Differences. Number 1, type of movements. DCD, difficulty with general coordination like writing or playing sports. Stereotypic movement disorder, repetitive movements like hand flapping or body rocking. Number 2, diagnosis. DCD, motor issues not linked to medical problems or intellectual disabilities. Stereotypic movement disorder, repetitive movements that can interfere with daily life. Number 3, causes. DCD, cause possibly related to brain factors affecting coordinations. Stereotypic movement disorder, linked to conditions like autism or genetics. Number 4, treatment. DCD, therapy to improve motor skills. Stereotypic movement disorder, therapy to change behaviors and address underlying conditions. Number 6, how can a classroom be arranged to help learners with difficulty in moving or walking? Number 1, ensure clear pathways for easy movement. Number 2, provide accessible seating with space for mobility aids. Number 3, use adjustable furniture for comfort. Number 4, create designated accessibility areas. Number 5, use visual cues for navigation. Number 6, offer assistive technology tools. Number 7, design inclusive collaborative spaces. Number 8, implement safety measures like non-slip flooring. Number 9, provide personalized support and assistance. And number 10, include regular movement breaks for comfort. Number 7, how is learning disability different from specific learning disability? What are the different types of SLD? Learning disability is a broad term that encompasses various learning difficulties affecting academic performance. It is a general term that includes conditions like dyslexia, dyscalculia, and auditory processing disorder. Specific learning disability. Specific learning disability refers to a particular type of learning difficulty that impacts specific academic skills, such as reading, writing, or math. SLD is a more focused term within the category of LD, targeting specific areas of learning challenges. Different types of specific learning disability. Number 1, dyslexia. Difficulty with reading, spelling, and decoding words. Challenges in recognizing and processing written language. Number 2, dyscalculia. Difficulty with mathematical concepts, calculation, and problem solving. Challenges in understanding numbers, quantities, and mathematical operations. Number 3, dysgraphia. Difficulty with writing, handwriting, and fine motor skills. Challenges in forming letters, organizing thoughts, and expressing ideas in written form. Number 4, auditory processing disorder. Difficulty processing and interpreting auditory information. Challenges in understanding spoken language, following directions, and distinguishing sounds. Number 5, visual processing disorder. Difficulty with processing visual information and recognizing visual patterns. Challenges in reading, interpreting visual cues, and understanding spatial relationships. Number 6, nonverbal learning disability. Difficulty with nonverbal cues, social interactions, and visual spatial skills. Challenges in understanding body language, facial expressions, and spatial awareness. Number 7, language processing disorder. Difficulty with understanding and expressing language. Challenges in interpreting verbal instructions, organizing thoughts, and using language effectively.
How can lessons and concepts be presented to maximize learning among students with memory and focusing difficulties? Number 1, clear and structured presentation. Present information in a clear, organized manner with a logical flow to help students follow along easily. Use visual aids, outlines, and summarize to provide structure and reinforce key concepts. 2. Repetition and review. Repeat important information and concepts throughout the lesson to reinforce memory retention. Incorporate regular review sessions to revisit previously learned material and reinforce understanding. 3. Chunking information. Break down complex information into smaller, manageable chunks to aid in processing and retention. Present content in short segments with pauses for reflection and processing. Visual and multi-sensory learning. Incorporate visual aids, diagrams, charts, and multimedia resources to engage visual learners and enhance comprehensions. Include hands-on activity, demonstrations, and interactive exercise to appeal to different learning styles and reinforce learning through multiple senses. 5. Active participation. Encourage active participation through discussions, group activities, and hands-on tasks to promote engagement and focus. Provide opportunities for students to apply concepts in real-world scenarios to enhance understanding and retention. 6. Use of memories and memory Use of mnemonics and memory strategies. Introduce mnemonic devices, memory aids, and memory strategies to help students remember and recall important information. Teach memory techniques such as visualization, association, and repetition to improve memory retention. Break tasks into manageable steps. Break down complex tasks into smaller, sequential steps to help students with focusing difficulties manage their workload and stay on track. Provide clear instruction and guidelines to support students in completing tasks successfully. 8. Encourage self-regulation and organization. Teach students strategies for self-regulation, time management, and organization to improve focus and attention. Foster a supportive environment where students can develop skills in planning, prioritizing, and managing their learning activity. Number 9. What educational approaches can be used to teach learners how to care of themselves? 1. Life skills training. Teach personal hygiene and daily routines as part of the curriculum. 2. Step-by-step guidance. Break tasks into small steps and show how to do each step. 3. Role-playing. Practice self-care tasks through role-playing scenarios. 4. Visual aids. Use visual light schedules and checklists to help with self-routines. 5. Social skills training. Teach social norms and communication skills related to self-care. 6. Collaboration. Work with therapists and support staff to create personalized self-care plans. 7. Positive reinforcement. Encourage and practice learners to build confidence in self-task. 10. Choose a self-care skill and apply task. Analyze to help a child the skill. Identify the steps and materials you will use. Brushing teeth. Materials needed. Toothbrush, toothpaste, cup, water. The steps are: number 1 is preparation. Materials: toothbrush, toothpaste, cup, and water. Action: place toothbrush, toothpaste, and a cup of water on the sink counter. Step 2 is apply toothpaste. Materials is toothpaste and toothbrush. Action is squeeze a pea-sized amount of toothpaste onto the toothbrush bristles. Step 3. Wet toothbrush. Materials. Toothbrush and a cup of water. Action is wet the toothbrush bristles under running water or using the cup of water. Step 4. Brush tip. Materials. Wet toothbrush. Action is brush tip in a circular motion starting from the back tip and moving to the front tip. Ensure to brush all surfaces, front, back, and showing surfaces. Number 5. Step 5. Rinse. Materials cup of water. Action rinse for mouth with water and spit out excess of water. Step 6. Clean toothpaste. Materials is toothbrush. Action rinse the toothbrush under running water and store it in a clean dry place. 7. Repeat daily. Action encourage the child to brush their teeth twice a day, in the morning and before bed, following the same steps.
So, in conclusion, our study on students with extra needs has taught us a lot. We now understand how vital it is to include everyone in education. As we finish our project, we remember the importance of helping and accepting all students. So let us keep working towards a more inclusive and supportive learning environment for everyone. Thank you for learning with us. Let us continue to make education better for all.